go to China, not China because of tariffs, but go to some other country that has a wakeboarding hotbed manufacturing and visit 3 to 4 different factories that make wakeboards and make your own wakeboard with something that's a little bit better. What pisses you off about the wakeboard? Okay? It has one less fin on the bottom. I don't know. Add your fin. Go to the manufacturer, be like, hey, will you add this fin? This is not going to be as expensive as you think. You take out a credit card, 10 grand, and if you're like, oh, I don't want to do this, no risk, okay, great, you're going to stay broke. That's just kind of how it is. You take 10 grand, 2 grand for the flights, a couple grand for your first set of samples, and then you do a pre-sale and you don't have to worry about it. This is how you build the product. It's not merch, it's not hats. It is really specifically solving something that your audience wants. Okay? This girl messaged me and she kind of has like a hunting girl. Like, I'm a girl that's from Georgia and I like to hunt. That's kind of like her niche. She could sell like a specific camo, like a better camo, okay? Because camo is really important for hunters, having the right camo for a specific person. She can also find, I bet women probably struggle to find like the correct fitting hunting clothes, okay? Go get a perfectly, work with a manufacturer to find the right fitting clothes for women. You go straight to the problem, okay, of your audience. So I'm gonna recap all of this. Number 1, you have to have view to sale through line of your content. The reason people watch you, you have to sell, or else there's gonna be a disconnect, okay? Back to the girl, like the hot girl model, or hot guy model. If you're bringing people in because you're hot and your body and you're all these different things, you have to sell them that. You bring people in for fitness, you have to sell them coaching. If you bring people in for wakeboarding, you have to somehow sell them wakeboarding. And it needs to be education, because entertainment, I've never learned from you. Why would I buy from you? But if you're teaching me to do something, I'm like, oh, okay, that's a little bit more. I'm understanding. I could see myself learning from you. Okay. Then the highest level, where you can get really wealthy, sell your expertise as a service to businesses. The next layer is teach people to do exactly what you have done. And then the third layer is make a product that solves your perfect niche, target niches problems. The bottom of the barrel is merch and brand deals. How often should you post? This is a lot more complicated than you might think. Anybody who just says post more I would heavily disagree with. If I saw them in the street, I would RKO them and fight them. Instead, I'm going to break this down based off of human psychology, which is all content is. It is mass human psychology. And I'm going to actually weave in a bunch of business concepts. And I'm talking like startup concepts, because I truly believe that the best cross research industry to think about your content is startups. How they start up, how they scale is very similar to a page on Instagram. Okay, bear with me here. We're going to talk about your minimal viable content. Bear with me, guys. Your content market fit. Then we're going to talk about an accordion method on when to go wide and when to really focus your efforts. And then we're going to talk about how to navigate TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and that ecosystem. Okay, let's start with your MVC, your minimal viable content. So in a startup, you want to get your minimal viable product, your MVP, as fast as you can, okay? And it has to be good. So, these apps will spin up just a decent little app. It's nothing crazy, it's nothing fancy. And what they want to do with that is they want to get product market fit, okay? So your MVP, the base version, it's a shoe, it has no design, it's literally just the sole and the fabric. Okay, it's an app, there's no design, it's just the working system. And you want to sell it to 100 people. And if 100 people buy it, then it's like, okay, people actually like this. Now investors are like, okay, you guys made a little MVP and you found your product market fit, we'll invest in this. So many investors say that this is like the number one thing they look for, is has a company found product market fit? In fact, Y Combinator says nothing else in the world matters except for finding product market fit. Like, you should sprint there. All of your resources should go there. Don't do any funny business until you have found that fit. The same thing is true of your content. Okay, if you're just spewing off 100 views, 200 views, 300 views, maybe 500 to 1,000 views, you haven't found your content market fit. So why would you go hyper edited if you haven't found it yet? Instead, go to your minimal viable content right here. Me turning on the camera, ranting. I thought about this video, 15 seconds later, I started recording it. And what you do then is you start hammering volume. 100 posts. However you want to get to 100 posts, you can do it 3 times a day for a month. You can do it once a day for 3 months. Doesn't matter to me. And your only goal is to improve your MVC, your super easy way to produce content, however that is for you, until you find content market fit. And that number might mean 5,000 views. It might mean 3,000 views. It might mean 100,000 views. So I'm going to condense this into one sentence. You need to find a way to make content that is very easy for you, your minimal viable content. For me, I literally just turn it on and I start talking. You then need to post so much volume with different angles until you find your content market fit. And that number varies. You'll sense it though. You'll sense it. Okay? I would say 5K views. If you forced me to put a number on it, it's probably around 5K, 10K, 15K. Now, to be clear, you don't want to just do a random video. It has to be within your brand pillars. Okay? My brand pillars are business and fitness and whatever, and I go off and I make a freaking steak, how to use my Blackstone video, and that goes off. No, that is not a content market fit. That does not count. Okay? Then once you get it, we go into the accordion method. What the accordion method is you were stretched this far. Okay, you were doing so much volume, and now you want to compress your efforts, like an accordion. You want to squeeze your efforts together. So let's say you were spending 5 hours a week on content to post 15 posts. So you're doing 3 posts every hour, theoretically. You now want to take that 15 hours and you want to or that 5 hours, excuse me. You want to compress it not into 15 posts, but into 5 posts. The 5 posts that are aligned with your content market fit. I'm starting to sense that this might be getting too complicated for some of us. Bear with me. Okay, so accordion method. Volume, 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 volume. Now I am compressing it, all of my efforts, into only my winners. Only my winners. Now I have my content market fit, and we're going off. I'm going to give you an example with a gardener. You guys know how I love gardeners. In the journey, all I'm doing in my minimal viable content is I'm just talking about